You need to stop hoarding around, young man. Hortensia is not pleased with your nonsense. So how do you get Hortensia Mage Knight going, and is it any good? So Hortensia already has tome proficiency, so getting her on Mage Knight is actually not hard. All you need to do is really get her sword proficiency from Lynn or Lucina, so she can get those immediately. So reclassing her onto this class is not a difficult thing to do, but how good is it? So someone actually suggested running this, and I was curious as to how it would turn out. And here are the basic stats at level like 25, essentially, because she's level 19. So when you Master Seal her, she becomes a internal level 19. She's still internal level 19. Wing Tamer, and then she's leveled up, to 6. So right now, with speed +3, she has 23 speed, but when she attacks on player phase, she hits with 26 speed. Now, how does this compare to other fast Mage Knights? Because essentially what she's going for with this build is she is a fast Mage Knight. Now, she has high speed but low build, and Levin Sword does have 11 base weight, and the lowest you can get it is down to 9 with the Lin engraving. I think Micaiah also gives you weight -2, but both kind of hurt damage, and this is going to be one of the issues with this build, I think. Now, you can get it working, you can get her dealing damage, and she can, of course, always just Thoron and be on Corrin, if nothing else. Like, if you don't want to double, if you don't want to go for anything else, like Levin Sword combo with, like, sword power, she can just be a Thoron poker. She is better off on Sage doing this, if this is the use case you want for her, so that she can just be a kind of like utility Sage unit that has the staff range +1, and then Sage gives her a higher magic stat. The real issue with this build is her magic stat. It's actually quite low. Now at level 30, so I just ran the Veil bot, comparing her at level 30 Mage Knights to Anna at level 30 Mage Knight. The Anna would be leveling to 10 Axe Fighter, then Master and second sealing onto Mage Knight. So Anna has +5 HP, Anna has +8 magic, +1 dex. Hortensia does have +2 speed on her, +3 luck, equal defense, +3 res, equal build. So comparing an internal level 30 Anna Mage Knights to an internal level 30 Hortensia, you do have 2 more speed on Anna, but you have 8 less magic. That's the equivalent of having sword power 4 just by running Anna. Now, is this good? It is. Like, you can make this viable. If you get her speed +5, if you give her a weight -1 engraving, doesn't really matter what it is, on her Levin Sword to get it down to 10 weight, she can easily pop off. Like, she's at 7 build right now, so she's just losing 3 speed. And with Chaos Style, it kind of negates that. Now, comparing it to a unit like Pandreo, he gets Levin Sword for free, like no weight, because he has high build. And his magic stat is a little bit higher than Hort, but this is a different use case of Hort, so if you want to throw like Byleth on her to give her some speed and magic, that helps her get to those doubling thresholds, pushes her damage up a bit. Corrin is nice because she kind of has the speed, she just needs the magic stat, so Corrin kind of helps magic fix her. So if we just have her attack here, she's doubling these, but you can see the damage is quite low. And these enemies are about her level. Now if I were to give her Gentility and activate that would be +6 damage. She's still not killing these, though I think these are paladins with decent defensive stats, so let's see if I attack something else here. So she's not fast enough to double those. Yeah. So let's boost her. Let's give her a Byleth boost, just kind of simulate how she would do. So here's her doubling these guys. She's almost killing. This isn't bad. If we eventually get her sword power and just speed +5, she'll probably one-round most things. So this is not a bad result. But this is the result, really. It's similar to like an Anna or Fram or Clan Mage Knight. It has the high speed, the average build, and the whatever magic stat. Now obviously on Anna you get +8 magic, so all you have to do is just fix her speed a little bit more, and she brings 16 more damage to the table at level 30. That's the only downside of a Hort, is her low base magic, and her magic growth is decent, but it's not as high as other units. So overall, I would rate Hort Mage Knight at high B, low A tier, I would say. It's definitely not high A tier. It's like somewhere in between there. I feel like it's kind of difficult to get her killing overall, and she's better off doing other things. She's not meant to be a combat unit, but if you throw her on Sage, hand her a Thoron with like this engraving, get the Thoron to like +2 to 3, throw her on Corrin, she's a very high like impact unit. And also, of course, her default use case of just throwing her on, almost said Lindworm, on Sleipnir Rider is really good, and just having her staff bot and then occasionally chip damage. Maybe you give her Draconic Hex to debuff if you're playing at like a more average pace, or you can also run Corrin on her. But I think Sage is definitely more like A tier. This is more like B tier, or like overall effectiveness comparing it to other Mage Knights. Pandreo on Mage Knight's better, Ivy on Mage Knight's better, Anna on Mage Knight's better. I think even Fram is better. Let me compare her stats to Fram really quick. I want to say Fram is better. I feel because Fram I think has the exact same speed growth as Hort. So let's check Fram 10/20 Mage Knight. I'm comparing them both at internal level 30. Yeah, Fram. Oh man, dude. Yeah, Fram is better. Fram level 30 Mage Knight going for Martial Monk to Mage Knight versus Hort level 30 Mage Knight. Fram has +3 HP, +3 Strength and Magic. Hort has 3 more Dex. Fram has 1 more Speed. Hort has more luck. Fram has more defense. Hort does have +1 build on her, interestingly enough, because Fram has no build. So I think Hort has like maybe a little bit base build. So their speed is basically the same, but Fram has 3 more magic on her, which is 6 more damage when doubling. So funny enough, even Fram does more damage than her on Mage Knight. And she's not even known. She actually is a good Mage Knight too. All of these like pupil type units, like Fram, Jean, Clan, and Anna, all have like similar performance on Mage Knight with like slight variation. Usually Anna and Jean have like the better magic, and the other two are just like easier to level, I would say. But yeah, that's it for this one. I just wanted to talk about this Mage Knight Hortensia. Is it worth it? It's like B tier, like high B tier. It's still a Mage Knight, but it's definitely not as good as other Mage Knights in the game. Like here's a Clan right here. He's doubling. Now he has a higher level though. So he's like level... Is he level 38? No, he's level 28. I don't know why I thought he was 38. He's 28. So he has a few levels on... He does have a few levels on her. And he does have sword power as well. So even though, you know, the magic stat is pretty similar, he does have that early sword power. And I factor that in, right? Like if she could get sword power right now, she would be better, right? But because he has early sword power, he's just going to deal more damage until she gets it, which is very late. So you have to factor that in. So I would say he's actually like A tier on this and she's more like B. All right, thanks for checking this out. Peace.